As I get feedback from my beta testers, I keep worrying that they're going to discover something that's going to be real tough to fix. But so far, the most difficult part? Just getting a hold of people. I'm documenting the launch of my business on YouTube. Will it succeed? Let's find out. There's one thing I've learned in this process is that you've got to follow up with people. It feels weird because you have to keep sending like 2, 3, 4 emails and just say, hey, can you please take a look at it? But you feel like you're bothering people, but people are just like busy and they're like, yeah, thanks for the reminder, and are able to get back to me when they get back to me. So, I assume this is good practice for selling too, because I think when you sell, you really have to follow up. And this is just feedback. And feedback has been good. People are really getting the core idea, even without me hanging over them. Of just, you upload an image and boom, just put it where you want. Like, people are really getting that very, very clearly. And they're not discovering any bugs or clearly lacking features or anything like that. Most of the issues are around communication, just like I couldn't find this feature, or more commonly, I didn't know that there was this feature. So, I just have to make certain things pretty clear. And it's a tough game because you don't want to make, you can't make everything clear, right? You make one thing clear and then some of the stuff is less clear. So there's a balance you have to get. So that's why I keep, asking people like what's important to you and what makes sense and, what you actually end up using. There are definitely some things I need to clean up, like the pricing page here. I got to make this a little bit clearer. I mean, this is a monthly plan and this is an annual plan, but that's kind of buried. And I also just want to make it clear who's it for. Like, I see this monthly plan as being for people who are doing kind of one-offs or may have a branding project where they need a bunch of stuff like right away, but they're not going to need it for a long time. And then the yearly plan I kind of see as, an agency that would do like a lot of packaging kind of, month after month all year. So I want to make that available to both people. So I want to make clear that you can cancel this anytime. You join when you need it, and then you have your stuff there, and you can come back to it. And this one, you get a discount for going the whole year. But people have been discovering these menus, and one guy used this morning, and he was able to download the templates and use it, so that's great. Yeah, and that's not a super obvious feature. I'm glad he discovered it. And speaking of features, people have been generally satisfied with it, but I've had one request, which is actually very funny because it was a feature that I literally was spending this weekend doing, and I was just doing a lot of work on today. Let me show you. So it's not done yet, but it's basically this, background images. So you can see I just drag an image, boom, puts it right on the background, and it actually crops it to the image, which is really useful. So you can kind of see, you can move this and get this right in the right place. And by the way, if you're wondering what this is, it's actually, oddly enough, my dad's sculpture, which is a design he made, which I actually rendered in Blender. And here it is now as a transparent image. And if you have a transparent image, you can actually have both a background image and a background color that you can freely adjust. But yeah, and you can get rid of it as well. But actually, I mean, this is obviously very useful for backgrounds, but what this is really useful actually for is this, like, I have this label thing. Well, you can see it right there. It's on a bottle. So what you can do is, you can have this 3-dimensional label and you can play with the shape or whatever. And then you can take this bottle here and you just put it right on the background, and then you can fit this label, right around there. And yeah, you can move whatever you want, get the shape to fit, play with it, use metallics, all those fun things. So that's a cool new feature that's coming soon. It's always fun developing new features, and particularly when they're useful, but particularly when you hear back from people. So it's not just me knowing they're useful, it's other people that know they're useful as well. So that's really great to see. And so hopefully I'll get this out and get some other people using it pretty soon, and people have requested it, so that's great. But yeah, people have generally been getting it. But, well, one quick bad news, the people who've not been getting it are the folks at Y Combinator. You may remember I made them a can. This, of course, does not surprise anybody. I mean, I pretty much figured I had no chance of getting in, so it's just fine. I didn't spend a lot of time on it. But yeah, so I'm just cranking along. And hopefully we'll get this out to the public and they can actually pay for it pretty soon. So we'll see. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.